Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Welcome, Joel. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to push this. There we go. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is my first clear kit. Well, I mean, my first clear kit build. Looking around a little bit. Yeah, I think it is. That's surprising, given how much I like the look of clear things. I guess I do have a couple of Haros. Otherwise, as many clear parts as I've cut out, never done the armor in clear for anything to date. Okay. Joel, welcome. Primus, welcome back. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you being here, most importantly. Matthias, welcome. Head on, welcome back. Yeah, all the armor is clear. The frame by default is gray. Dark gray, which doesn't help a lot. Which is why I painted the pieces. It was a rush job, but I painted everything silver. All of the frame pieces stack like this tall. Thumbs McGee, thank you for the support. Thank you for being here, for lurking. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you're well. True Sassip, thank you for continuing your Prime as well. The head for this, I've just kind of set expectations for myself. The head, I'm expecting to take about an hour. Could be more than that. I won't be mad if it is, but it's just like the head is so full of stickers and tiny pieces. So full of them. It's 2 steps. Takes up about this much of the manual, but it is so dense. So, relax, go with the flow, let it happen. Also, with some of these tiny pieces, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go ahead and use old man glasses to start with, because some of these things are really hard. They're not only small, but they're hard to make out kind of what the orientation is. I'm not going to go too crazy with, I think this goes this way. I'm not going to go too crazy with the nub cleanup. It's a clear kit, which by default can make you think, oh my gosh, every single spot that you cut it is going to be ruined. You need to spend at least 10 minutes cleaning up every single one of those. Nope. No, I don't. I will clean up some of them. But when this all goes together over silver, the bright silver color, you're not going to see that kind of stuff. Places where you can see it, I will try to clean up, but for the most part, I'm going to try to be chill and reasonable. I'm not going to stress myself out. But I will make sure that I like this thing. There we go. we have a start. Built the G fret head and stickers almost. Oh, so the it has a lot of parts too. A lot of parts that are tricky or finicky. I've heard that the G-Quux sets have a surprising number of stickers. Even the simple looking ones like Red Gundam. A lot of the detail that we see in pictures is actually color correction stickers, small ones. But I didn't know about. I've never seen the build of one of their heads. You got through it though, I hope. Good evening, Paladin and Austin. Welcome. Lycan, welcome. Thank you for returning your unopened N1 and getting the Django slave one. I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm assuming that you want to, or you're thinking about that because you feel a little bit of like buyer's remorse, and you think that you would like the slave one better. Because obviously I'm always going to encourage people to follow their hearts on stuff like that. But as far as like just getting a second opinion, I would support that without any more context. I would support that because I think they both are excellent builds. I think Django's has way more staying power, is more interesting to me personally, but that's subjective. But it's also a really, really good build. It's minifig scaled, which I'm biased in favor of as well. The door on the back is awesome. And I think they're both sculpted really well. But I can see it being easy to love this actually, the slave one more. Very small pieces, comes with another optional head. Oh, and annoying stickers. I see. You got through it though. Did you have to build the other head? Or you just wanted to? I didn't know at first, before I bought this, I didn't know that these green bits were sparkly as well. We've got a sparkle injection. Because this is the head, I'm going to be a little extra careful with nubs. Just a little. Just because so much attention goes to the head. You know, you really want to look at it up close. Thankfully, glass files immediately polish the surface. You don't have to worry about scuffs. Sure, you mean Django Fett's fire spray class fire spray starship. Django Fett's Django Fett class fire spray starship. Yes. Mr. Feelgood, how's it going? Not all the pieces are sparkly. No, it looks like just the green in this. Like none of these colors are sparkly. What's most unfortunate, though, is that frame is all dark gray. So that's going to take a lot of the shine away. That's why I spent hours painting all of it silver. It was a rush job, but I had to do it. Couldn't leave it. Couldn't leave not good enough alone. That one. And it's my first clear kit. I appreciate it. It's my first time using a metallic chrome, or a metallic lacquer rather, to mess around figuring out dilution ratios and airbrush pressure and stuff. That's 3 coats, so that's gloss black first. I did it right. Gloss black first over everything. Sprayed wet. It takes longer to dry. And then, what was it? Polished aluminum. I think it's Mr. Forget if it's Tamiya or Mr. Color. Polished aluminum. And then let that fully cure. And then gloss clear over the top, just regular gloss clear, so that it doesn't scratch off easily. Surprisingly, I'm not gonna risk messing up a part to do this, but on the runner, like, you expect metallic to be, not the most durable. You don't expect to be able to put that kind of effort and see barely a scuff. So I'm really happy with the durability here. Really happy with the durability. And like I said, that's just the regular Mr. Color gloss clear.
That's pretty good.
Like the name Fire Spray better personally? No worries. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I can understand that. It's a cool name. Yeah, it's just, we make fun of the whole thing because it's overblown and there's a lot of silliness about it, but definitely whichever thing you call it is canonically correct. No worries, no stress there. 16 times a second, welcome. And owned by cat, welcome. Is it a cat though? It is. Okay, that's perfect. Right on. Top coat's different. Masking tapes. It's. I just while waiting for some of this stuff to cure while I was working on this overnight, I got all of my liquid masks, all of my liquid mask bottles agitated. So they're ready to use. So soon, and I got spoons also mounted up. So I'm going to paint lacquers and acrylics, half top coat each, and then do proper A/B testing between all of my liquid mask options. They switched to a renewal. They switched to a new formula. No, and this one's definitely going to work differently than the last ones. Of course. Gosh dang it. That's so annoying. Everything's changing right now. Enjoy the review of the Lumi police station. Thank you. Odds and ends. Looking at the Blockies, Han and Luke Stormtrooper figures. Looks like the helmets can be used as alternate heads. Really? Is that so? I mean, that's great. It makes each one of them a Stormtrooper optionally also. If you get tired of looking at one, you can just turn it into a Stormtrooper. Nice. Thank you for the lurk, Joel. I love this a little bit too much. I want to be able to get that effect from a paint. Of course, it's not going to have the the pixel matrix effect, but I want to find a lame paint that I can put through an airbrush that isn't like an automotive paint or something. Indication on the bottles. I'm assuming that there's a whole new name, right? Water soluble. Okay. Unlike the Neo, you cannot thin down the dried chunks. And you can't use it with water-based paint because it'll activate. The water-based paint over the top will activate the mask? No. No. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Trim better, that's nice, because that's something that's the biggest issue for me, I used to use Parma's fast mask back in my days of doing radio control cars. It was perfect. It dried perfectly. You could cut it with a knife and get a literal knife edge easily, and everyone did it all the time. And it peeled off perfectly as well from polycarbonate, though. And also from paint, from acrylic paint. But they don't make that anymore, so my goal is to find a replacement for it. I'm sorry, I'm being slow. Where is the one that I need? Oh, it's this. It's a sparkle black. Fancy. Soul Re2 purple lid. Okay. Sounds not great overall. And have people actually confirmed that spraying acrylic over it reactivates it to the point where it's unusable? Have people confirmed that through not necessarily scientific testing, but, you know, on the ground, realistic testing? Because usually things that are water soluble to some degree, just like acrylic paint itself, right? It's water soluble. So until it cures, theoretically speaking, if you paint acrylic over acrylic, it could reactivate what's already there to some degree, but in reality, it doesn't matter. I'm curious how bad this new one is. Can I regulate? I mean, there's hardly anything. There's hardly any vox to the old stuff. There's some smell, but gosh, dang it. I'm curious about that GGX. Sounds like it might actually be okay. It might actually be decently usable in practice. A lot of worries about it, but I think there might be. I think hobbyists are going to figure out ways to use it effectively. That's my guess. That's what I've heard so far. You have some ammonia. But ammonia, I mean, ammonia is in... When you pee, there's ammonia in the air. Like, are we going to ban urination? Window washer fluid has ammonia in it. This is... I don't know. I don't know about this. I'm a big fan of being good to the environment and to ourselves, but ammonia... Are you saying that the new... Wait, are you saying... You're saying the ammonia is why it's being banned? Or are you saying that the ammonia is what can be a problem for the... Are you saying the ammonia from the Sol Re2 can be a problem? Sorry, I got confused there, that one. Which one has the ammonia and reactivates? Which one reactivates, I guess? 10. Neo has the ammonia. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. And that's okay. And then that's why it's being banned. Okay. All right. So I did understand right. All right. My bad. And I appreciate info very much. This one wants a thin black sticker to go around this little ridge. And I think I'm going to not do that. I think I'm just going to paint that. I can find just a regular clip. Jeez. Like 7 of those things out, and every single one of them was microscopic size. Yeah, this will work. Kobe Ferry ended up on vacation. Huh. Right. Not sure if I've seen any ferry models from Kobe. What's the scale, you ask? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that rather than trying to stretch a 1.5 millimeter wide sticker around, match the ends. The biggest problem I'm likely to encounter in this build is tolerance due to all the buildup of paint. When I put parts together that have tight fitment, 3 layers of paint on there. Obviously, I did not paint the backs of parts where most of the attachment pegs are and such, but some of them are going to fit over the front, or like outer surfaces of frame onto which armor slots. Those could be an issue. Need to try the Vallejo down a Molotov. Okay. Give them a try. Yeah, definitely worth trying. Wonder what the expected application of the Molotov is. I'm guessing it's primarily for paper, but no, wouldn't. I kind of think it would be for paper, not canvas. Not going to know how it behaves until you try it. We need more crossover like that. We need more hobby crossover. People from different niches trying each other's stuff out. We tend to pigeonhole ourselves into, I'm a Gundam guy. I use the Gundam stuff with the Gundam techniques that I learned from the Gundam forums and Gundam channels. And then Warhammer folks try Gundam and they're like, I am a Warhammer guy. I'm going to do this Gundam like a Warhammer, though, using the Warhammer techniques that I've developed and learned from the Warhammer community. Seems like it's only available on the ferry. Interesting. Okay. Right on. Cloth Black Primer to test out. And Mr. Color GGX
You realize you're an impossible Gundam nut, don't you?
Yes.
Huh?
I am.
Go on.
Gundam.
Didn't have to laugh at him that much. Dang. Thanks, head on. All the best techniques are with the scale modelers. Right. They're much more open. Hard to get out of that comfort zone. Try to branch out. Good, good. Uber boat. I haven't seen it. I don't know what the Uber boat is. It always feels like people forget that before whatever we do today, people were already building plastic models for generations plural. Just like, you know, I make fun of in the Lego world, people were like, stickers? No! You know, not that long ago, the models that we built all had stickers. It was normal. It wasn't the companies literally hating their fans. It wasn't Disney trying to ruin our childhoods. It's just normal. Like, you learn how to do it, or you don't, and that's it. That world done been around for a while. Quite popular in the Stone Age. I can get away with using the rough one here. Yep. Attic and garage full of military models. The kind you can't touch. Right. Purple or orange. I'm just using these orange ones are some random generic that I got off Amazon just to test, just to try. And I'm using them because clear Bandai's proper clear plastics are tougher and they're harder on the cutters. And so I think my purple ones were like $16 and these are like $14 or something like that. And they're fine. I really like my $16. What I think they're 18 now, but the Rui tool ones, I've been using the same ones for 4 years now. I just sharpen them every once in a while. I like them better than the God Hands. They actually cut better than the top line God Hands. Or maybe it's second to top of the line now, the blue handle. SPN 120s. This plastic slice is okay. Does feel a little bit like polycarbonate, but I can cut it. Nike, welcome. Wow. How goes? Upgraded orange ones. Oh, Rui Tool orange. Gotcha. Yeah, these are not Rui Tool orange. some other generic, cheaper. I was told that the new version of purple ones, of purple Rui tools, are inferior in quality to the originals. So I did buy a brand new second generation purple handle Rui tool also to test. It seemed fine to me. Wait, this should have the... Yeah, this should have the sticker over the eyes. Before I go any further. Have you used your God hands on on clear parts a lot? These, I'm assuming. I like the phrasing. Oh, I'm fine with my ultimate screw you edition version. Yeah, it's fine. You don't use them on clear yet. Gets the job done. They're all right. They're all right. It's acceptable. You go with Tamiya. Good hand for cleanup, and then razor out. Yeah, I mostly just use these days just use the $18 Rui tools, single cut, and it's usually good. Single cut and burnish with my thumb is usually a really clean cut. If I don't cut enough based on just, like I said, I'm only single cutting. I'll just slice off what's left with the X-Acto, burnish the top. Done. Worst case scenario, I'll use usually one of my $2 glass files I've been using for 4 years now as well, or I think closer to 5 on those. It's about what works. Did 100 cuts on clear for charity. Kind of wanted them to break, but you're careful, dude. That's not that shouldn't even count. That shouldn't even count. You need to redo on that because you're way too careful. I see how you treat stuff. You're like respectful of the plastic, respectful of the tools. Of course your stuff isn't going to break. You're the doc. Got those surgical fingers. Good on you for the charity work, though. Mr. Hobby MT107. I think I've heard that. Hey, thank you, Head On. Thank you for the gifted subscription to the doc. All metal, huh? Single bladed. How does it compare to the God hands? You went aggressive. Really? I would have to see that to believe it, because you're just so chill and careful with stuff. That's good. I think this is all good now. Yeah, this is all good. Another one? Oh, wow. Wandering Mac, welcome. Fargonaut, if I didn't say hi, hello. Welcome back. I lost my ear.
Gundam!
I struggle to even imagine having this, even just at this point, without the silver, because dark gray just wouldn't be it. It's gonna make a big difference. What the heck? What are y'all doing? You know, nice and junk. Thank you. Thank you for the gift over to 16 times a second. Now does not need to deal with ads for another month. I appreciate that. Thank you very kindly. As I said at the beginning of this stream, I expect this head to take a long time. So I'm not even worrying about it. Like the speed, it has a lot of little pieces and a lot of stickers. Once I get past the head, then I'll start to speed up a little bit. But for right now, just know that this is gonna take a minute.
Enemy captured Zone C.
Oh, jeez. Gosh.
Double down. Heavy ammo inbound.
It's just, I'll say. Jeez. There's too many of them. Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? Intensify forward 5 power. We can go prequel trilogy. We can go original trilogy. It's like poetry. It rhymes, and that's canon. Thank you, Zippy Tuna, for the gift to Nike, and thank you, Anonymous, for coming through with just 5 gifts at random, indiscriminately. Appreciate your kindness and your support. Thank you very much. Wait, which one is Will? Probably Wheaton. All right, I'll allow it. One, two. Okay, so this thing put the front in first. This I7. This guy. This guy. These actually are quite sharp. I don't even see the scar. kind of impressive. I already did some tests with the whatever those generic orange handle ones are. I like my Rui tools better, but these are not doing bad for the reason I'm using them. Not putting undue wear on my Rui tools. I have cut plenty of clear stuff with the Rui tool. It's just that this particular set just has so much of it. I just decided, you know what? Probably going to be filing a bunch of stuff anyway, just because it's the most convenient way to get no nub mark quickly clear.
Head on 2099 asked me, someone said fire at will. Do you know which will we need to notify their next of kin in case they don't duck? In the grim chaos of the Clone Wars, the phrase fire at will means exactly what it sounds like. Everyone is in danger, and no will is safe. Notify next of kin, and perhaps a helmet supplier.
All right. He's firing on at least 7 cylinders today. Thank you, head on. Excuse me. Terminus, hello, welcome. Thank you for thanking the gifter. It's so funny. It's hard to see. It's hard to see what I'm looking at. So this is supposed to go notch end first. Hey. Okay, so that does go around. And it is, okay, it's a flat. Just needs more force. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it did what it's supposed to do. Two different random ones. You're like, no, so 2 goldens it is. Oh, I see. I see. So random, they don't do random. Random is not a selector from the drop down. So they needed you to pick one in particular, so they just picked one for you. That's fair though, right? That's a fair outcome. By the way, with that situation where you had some parts that needed to be produced to order, needed to be made to order, did they email you and say, are you okay with this? Or did they just email you as a courtesy to say, it's going to take this long, so prepare to wait? Did they ask, are you okay with waiting? I'm just curious the process. The doctor's still here? Relevant. Experience. Back in the Rona days, when everybody was home and doing stuff and trying stuff on Twitch, I literally watched two people break their blue handle god hands. One of them was a gamer building their first ever Gundam. They put it out to the community. Okay, it was probably like some goal, community goal or something. Okay, I'm gonna try this Gundam thing, and so he let the community tell him what to buy. He got the PGU, the PGU RX, for his first ever Gundam. He was perfectly fine at it, because it's not that difficult of a kit to build. It just takes a while. Really well designed. But he got that. He got the gun primer set. He got the blue handle god hands. He let all the Gunpla bros tell him exactly what to do. So he got all the best stuff, all the most expensive stuff. And I watched him break like a good half of the length off, cutting apart. I don't think it was even clear on that one. I think that one was black ABS. Ting. And then the other was somebody cutting a clear part, not on a challenge. And this was someone who knew what they were doing, relatively speaking. They weren't a newbie, but also had gotten the god hands, because that's what everybody was saying. You must get, if you're going to build a Gundam, you cannot build even an entry grade Gundam unless you have these. You need to spend $70 on these to build your entry grade for your very first Gundam. Or in some people's case, PGU is their very first.
Bro.
I feel like one of them you could hear the ting. I don't know if it was the break or the piece falling that we heard. The other one I don't think I heard. I think both of them were wearing glasses too, so there was no worries about the shard causing any additional damage. It just hurt the soul though, For one of them, for the one that was doing the PGU, he was just annoyed, but just kept going, just cut with the lower part of it, and he actually finished the kit with the broken god hands, and we're like, way to be a G, Respect. The other guy though was just devastated because that was quite a lot of hobby budget to put 70. These were 70 during the Rona, 70 to 80 it cost for these. They're down to like 60 now. Yeah. So that one guy though, I felt bad because he
The
was
ultimate
clearly devastated.
TRGPGFG expensive for cost special coating. Heat anti-metal parts suspicion god hands, bruh.
Thank you, Wandering Mech. Emailed you as a courtesy, asked if you're okay with it. Okay. Or if you'd rather choose other colors. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's just the best result that you could ask for. I want to make sure that I'm good with this, or do I want to use the other one? Does the other one say razor? Razor. I think I'm going to use this one. Give you the choice. Use this one. I can always swap it out later if I really want to. That's weird. Okay, so this is a green piece, but then you cover it with a foil stick. It is nice though. It's got that hollow effect. Okay, I need that. Because they also have a sticker sheet. A few of these stickers can be optionally replaced by these. And this has glitter in it. I've never seen that before. A regular sticker sheet, but with glitter in the substrate. And that's cool, but it's not hollow effect cool. It's probably more subtle and grown up, but the child in me wants to see rainbows. Because it's so pretty. That's not strong enough. Let's try these. Maybe these are stiffer. Bend it around. Kind of all types of add-on decorations. Probably like foil stickers the most because they behave. They do what you ask of them. They require a little bit of work to get right around curved surfaces, but ultimately they'll do what you want. And they have full opacity. So like for eyes, you know, the black is black. No light comes through. And then for metallics, they give you the brightest shine. Shiny stickers came with Mateo's paint truck. Oh, they've got like a holographic glitter effect. Or a holographic effect. You see rainbows in it. It's shaped around there. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This is actually coming together faster than expected too. I think it probably feels like it's going faster than expected because I set expectations for myself properly. I told myself this is going to take a while, so don't trip. And so I'm just full trading cards like to warp. Really? Okay, interesting. I did not know that. I've never heard that before. So do you just need to keep them in a tighter case, or keep weight on them, like store them horizontally and keep weight on them? I see. Something about, so warping means something about the lamination. There's a difference in expansion or contraction between the lamination layer and the foil itself. Kind of feels nice to just slow down once in a while. Usually, you know, I'm trying to get stuff done so I can show progress on stream and all. I got people watching, but I'm just like, I know this is going to take time to do it to a level that I'm happy with. So folks who aren't going to want to wait an hour to see one thing put together just won't. They'll watch other people, and I'm okay with that. I don't blame them either. But those of you who are here and are just enjoying hanging out, regardless, I appreciate you. Like I said, I feel good with this. Victoria, hello, welcome. 20th anniversary Batmobiles. I did thought videos. Oh no, I didn't. I reviewed 2 of them, but I didn't review the Batman Returns. Is it one? I reviewed 2 of the 3. BVS Justice League 1 is good. I don't like the gray, even though it's canonically correct. The Batman one is vastly superior to the original. It's very nice. The other one, like I said, I didn't do, so I can't really speak to it. I'm not a fan of the source material, just the machine. Can't speak to how well Lego translated it. Which movie do you prefer? Like which one draws you in more? The source material. Oh, this is nice. The only bad nub is down low. Gosh, why is that cutting so well? Such a cheap. The cutter's so cheap. This one will be invisible. Well, it is unique, that's true. And it's the first one that Lego's ever done of that particular Batmobile, right? New Batman game on Friday. Right on. Hope it is good. I'm chasing the edge here. Might buff that out. Oh, this will do it. I think this will do it. No, not quite. Having to dig in the crates. Use stuff I haven't touched in a long time. There we go. Yes, I can feel it. Proper buffing block. Any Lego games in your Steam collection? Haven't tried all of them? Ah. Sticker sheet is fully silver and seem thicker than usual. Oh, okay. Other colors painted on top. Gotcha. Seem better quality than usual. Gotcha. The foil style. Yeah. I like those. And I agree. It feels like better quality. There's good consistency. complete opacity. They attach to surfaces really well. Brought in a kalimba sample. That's amazing. I want more of that. Fur one looks great, but it's 90. Oh yeah, a lot more detail. Well, I mean, of course it has a lot more detail. It's what, twice the size? And people were still arguing, actually, Jang, it is totally minifig scale. No, it's not. Not even close. Weird, unique scale. Doesn't match with the Icons line or anything. It's just its own standalone thing. Actually, no. There's a little shelf there. Still there. Doesn't feel. Oh yeah, it is nub. Okay, I just need to take more off. Really want a few unicorn ponies that come with a princess. Gotcha. Yep. I take it you have all the others from the creator set. The other colors. There it goes. Haven't got a great Zatanna minifig. Oh hey. Better to be a Batman fan and a Lego fan than to be an anything else DC fan and a Lego fan. If you want to feel slighted. Try being a DC fan who is not a Batman fan. Got it from Picker. Oh, good. Convenient. This needs to go in and gonna need some force, but I need to be careful. Superman movie sets. Yeah, and that's a movie. Yeah, that's the angle. Yes, that's it. Whew. And this isn't even stuff that's affected by paint. This is just normal part tolerances, but parts converted to polycarbonate. The difference in physical properties are so significant between the plastics. I think this is polycarbonate. Really changes how they go together. Excuse me. Psycho, welcome.
I see. No, I don't.
You see those DC sets that aren't Batman sets? Or you see those Superman movie sets? No, you don't, because they don't exist. Red antenna, red? What red? You're talking about this, you're talking about the orange here? This? No, it's part of the physical build of the Gundam. So we're just changing colors here. There's no other option for this, and the geometry is always there. It's just a matter of changing color. When these go Trans Am, physically they just have glow effects, or in the show they just have glow effects to them, and then there's particles all around them in the air. But the geometry stays the same. Colors just shift.
Wandering Mech 87B asked me, why doesn't LEGO try selling DC sets that aren't Batman? Do they not sell, or is LEGO scared? Is it both? Neither. In a galaxy of corporate caution, LEGO sees DC and thinks, Batman sells, so why gamble? Not exactly scared, just ruthlessly allergic to risk. Other DC sets can sell, but Caped Crusader merch is the easy money, sadly.
Admiral Yularen, how can you be so truthful? This is the internet, sir. You can't just be going and dropping truth bombs like that. At least try to disguise it, like wrap it up in some half-truths. Dang. Jeez. That's wild. How can he just... He didn't even try to be funny about it. He was just like, no, here's the facts, son. Whew. Okay, I see you. That's why he gets the big voiceover jobs, I guess. Actual voice of authority. You know about that? That's why he made Admiral. Full saber, okay. I don't know every single individual difference between the different variants of 00. I just know that this is the one that I like the most. Riser specifically. It's the quintessential main Gundam of 00 to me. Never was a big fan of Exia. I got my Research Exia, but That was mostly for the color and to try MGXia because people had said it's weak. It's funny. I've bought and built kits because people said that I should. Like, you need to buy this. You need to try this. Okay, I try it. Meh. I've bought kits because people have said, you need to not try this. It's terrible. And so I got it. I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Your angled nub here. They're getting Nathan Fillion lantern. Yeah, seriously. There hasn't been a Nathan Fillion figure officially from Lego at all, has there? I'm sure some aftermarket or third parties have done like Far Cry. Equally curious when people recommend against as for, yeah. When the opinions are strong, I want to know. I want to just experience it. Especially when it's not just one person. When I hear a chorus, I get interested. People said I needed MG Mark II. I would be astonished at the engineering. It's cool, but it's kind of like just a upgraded purple RX. It doesn't move me. It's fine, but definitely didn't change my life. And then MG Barbatos, same sort of deal. Yes, it has some pistons. It has some pistons that telescope. That's not new to me. It has articulation. That's good. Yes, it does have articulation. It's a little wily, Not the strongest build, but that's because of the source material being very stick figure-ish. But again, just didn't move me. Didn't change my life like folks were saying. And then RG High New, when that was new and all the rage, got that connected to a charity thing. It's a very good build. What everybody said about it being awesome is right. But I don't love it. Not because it's bad, not because there's anything bad about it. It's just not the thing for me. I don't like that scale. So I went and bought myself an MG I knew. Not the Verka, but the original one. The inferior one. Why? Because it moves me. And I'm going to enjoy having it more. He's generally so hard to build. Do not buy. Wait a minute. Definitely don't get the lighting kit. It's so bad. Yeah. But definitely do get the Cosmos. See, since it works both ways, you can be anti main kit and pro add-on. Pro aftermarket add-on. All right, this is getting very close. There are two more, technically three right now. 3 parts remaining to put on this, and then a sticker. Or 2? Do we not get a camera sticker for this guy? No camera sticker. Really? That doesn't seem right. Oh, there is. There is. Okay, yep. But almost there. Look more closely at this. See if I can more effective. Oh yeah, it's totally diagonal. I started off filing it on the tangents, but it's actually chamfered down. So this time I can be much more efficient with that. Not that it's that important, but again, it's the head, so. And just a little bit slower, a little bit more careful. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Can't believe I'm still using the same files after almost 5 years now. Literally $8 for a set of 4, $2 per file. I was 100% expecting them to wear out. I haven't been using them a lot recently, but over the years it's added up. Where did that part go? It just bounced. Oh, here it is. And thank goodness for whomever raided their wife's mani-pedi kit a decade ago and discovered, hey, these glass files are legit for Gundam. Very, very thankful for his sacrifice, because you know that he didn't hear the end of it for a while after that, after it was discovered. But it was worth it. His sacrifice was worth it for all the rest of us. Panfred Nudo. I don't know why I always go there with the O. I always go no. Why? I have no idea. But hi, how's it going?
Gundam.
There we go. Hear me out type of thing. I'm sure. Cause even to this day, you can see in various communities, like more established communities, not the Gundam specific spaces, but just scale modeling, like military modeling or plane specific areas. You can see people come in and be like, hey, have you ever tried using a glass file? And they still, to this very day, get the 60-year-old dudes who are like, I think I'm perfectly fine using my 400 grit and my 800 grit and my 1200 grit and my 2000 grit and my 3000 grit and my 4000 grit. Thank you very much. It's worked for decades. It's still working great. You're not going to beat that. You know, you still get that inertia. It's still out there. So I'm sure when glass files were first introduced, there was a lot of dismissal. Yeah. And it, of course, that's fine, right? Like, whatever works for whomever, you can't hate on that. There's so many ways to do so many things. Just one of the things that I personally like about these hobbies the most. Like, how many different ways have I panel lined? Seven, I think. 8. I'm sure there are more. Nine. Forgot about pencil.
Thanks, Jang.
I mean, the gun primer razor is legitimately a good product. It does work. I've only used one of the versions, but it is excellent. It's not snake oil, you know? I respect the heck out of that. Do you need, how much did this originally cost? Like $40 something? Do you need to spend $40 on something that's going to barely outperform, in some cases, this $2 one? No. But at least it works, and works well. It's kind of like with a totally overpriced Lego set that has a really, really good build and looks great on display. I can say at least, it costs way too much, but at least it's a good thing. So if you spend that and you use it or you have it, you're ultimately going to be satisfied. You're going to be happy with it. Just don't go telling everybody else that they need to get the most expensive one if you know that there's a cheaper version that works just as well. Blockies? I have done a multiplicity of blockies. So if you look right there, the Soundwave and his little dudes, that's a action class blockies, so the largest that they've done to date. The Prime to his right, the big one, next to Megatron. The Prime to his right is also an action class blocky. And then over on the far right, Shockwave is a standard or classic class blockies kit. Kind of EG like, in the sense that you don't need to cut the parts, but you can. But they have like printed parts and multicolor parts. So definitely a cut above. You know, you don't have to cut the stuff, but ultimately they're a cut above in quality and fit and finish and level of cool factor, I would say. This is also a blockies kit right here. This is champion class. A little bit smaller than your Black Series. A little bit smaller than 12th scale. But good. Again, you don't need to cut the parts, but you can. I put this one together in like an hour, I want to say. Nah, probably less than an hour. Half hour, 45 minutes. While watching some stuff as well. You're thinking of trying this one? Do it. Definitely do it. The hand options, the posing options, this cape material that's actually vinyl. Dude. Yeah, do it. And you get it on looks better than a regular model kit. And it's way more posable. Way more posable compared to that freaking the Bandai one.
This is the way.
The Bandai one is very cool, but it has its limitations. It has it has a really good level of detail, surprising level of articulation for how it's built, but it's a little bit shiny and it's just not as fun, I would say. Yeah, the shininess and the limitations with the hard cape. Yeah, this is just way more expressive. You can do so much more with it, and it comes with the base. This is a printed plaque on the front. Comes with a couple different options for lightsaber. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but I do recommend it. And this is all printed. So no stickers, no decals. It's all printed. And this is $18 on Amazon right now. $18 for a legit as heck model kit with some option parts. I went overseas to try one of the EVA kits, EVA pilot kits. That, strangely, which isn't available over here, you have to get it off like AliExpress or something. That is not a kit. That is just an assemble your own action figure. Interestingly, I think their regular EVA kits, like the actual EVA mechs, are proper kits, but the pilots are not. Nice price. Wasn't sure it's because it's just a simple kit, and it's not even small. Can't recommend against it. The worst thing about it, I guess, that Blocky's Vader, if you don't cut the parts, you'll have tiny nub marks. That's the worst that I can say about it. Should make a hologram? Yes. Sure says 100%. Yes, please. Hologram versions of all the things, please. Every company that makes figures should make hologram and transparent versions of everything, especially major characters. Just do it. Seriously, we love this stuff. Don't try to pretend. Don't try to pretend like it's super uber elite and it cost $1 billion to make these, because the plastic has to be sourced from the top of Mount Everest and it needs to be cured at the bottom of the Mariana Trench for 5 years. It requires a master craftsman. No, it's just plastic, just molded in all the colors. Put them out there, do a limited run, all good. Just don't try to pretend like this is special. It's special to look at. It's special to have, but it's not special to make. This was $1. Retail. That's with retail markup. This was $1. So yes, to all of the holo things, please. There is a holo version of the smaller Vader. There's a holo smaller Vader? Wait, there are smaller licensed figures that aren't Transformers from Blockies? $46, yikes. To AliExpress with you. Harry Ken wife is what I say to that. 46 is insane. 46 Canadian. 35 US or something like that. That's literally twice as much as it should be. literally twice as much. That is messed up. Somebody's taking advantage of something. Just say no to that. Oh, on Amazon? Oh, I see. So it's like it's a third-party seller. That means it's essentially not available and somebody's just imported it, and probably somebody bought it off AliExpress and then they're just playing the markup game because they can. Hero. Oh, there's a hero scale. Okay, I didn't know that those existed. Now, when I hear that term, I will know what it means. It's kind of like going classic class for Transformers. Will you just sit, please? And then stay. You are the ones you showed that are 4-inch? Huh? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Because I think that this is. I thought you showed me champion class, because this is champion class here, and it's Vader, so he's a little bit extra tall, and it's smaller. It's like Vader is like 12th scale. Vader is the height of a 30-minute mission kit or 30-minute sisters kit. He's smaller than 10th scale. He's shorter than my Harley Quinn. Other ones. Oh, in the pictures. Okay, so I don't think I saw. I don't think I'm thinking. I'm just thinking of your huge Ackman. That one's champion, right? That's my only reference. Okay, all right. We're on the same page now. Lucky's Vader on Walmart. Convinced and added it. It would say champions or champion class. If it's the big one. Alignment wasn't perfect with that, but it is champion. Well, there you go. It's the same one that I just showed you. Excellent. And that's an even better deal. Okay, last two parts to finish this head finally and get started on the body. There is a sticker for the V-fin. Product photos are you confused about Mano and Zeb? Gotcha. Those are 4-inch hero ones. I see. Okay. Question. Do we know if there is or is going to be a champion class Zeb? Between these two, I'm going to take the top one. Further ahead in the build. Don't get ahead of yourself. Why does this look like it goes here, but then there's a slot? I'm trusting the process. This is the last piece for the head. Duh. Everything Star Wars has to be Mando themed right now. Yeah, well, I mean, the good thing about it is you just don't have to buy any of the stuff you don't want. It helps your wallet for right now if you're not interested in it. Ah, so we do get that nice gemming effect with the silver or the foil sticker behind it. Okay. It's very strange that there's no camera sticker though. There is a Champion Zeb. See this confusion. Okay. I'm glad though. I'm glad there is going to be a Champions Zeb. Champions class Zeb. I believe these are only here. There's the one that looks like it says KD, and then there's another. There is another. Ah, it's these. Okay, so technically that is supposed to. I will try it. I'm not convinced that I'll be keeping it, but I will try it just for the sake of completeness and to have tried this funky sticker sheet. The glitter in it. Wait, is this a transfer? No, it's stickers. It's poorly cut. It's unbelievably thin, though. Like a membrane. Not happy with that placement. Dang. Mando and Zeb that you sent are champions. The other pictures of the other characters are... Dang it. I'm losing my mind. Yeah. This is giving me whiplash. So much whiplash. Mando and Zeb are champion. Good. They need to be. I'm going to forget about everything else. Because I'm not remembering the others right now anyway. I care about Zeb mostly. And he's champion class, so that's good. Zeb, good. Thank you for attempting to clarify. Secret Army builds their stormtroopers, then it would be to get action figures? Whoa. You're not wrong. That's really interesting. Even vintage class, right? Or vintage collection. Even the 3 3/4 inch ones cost more than the blockies, huh? For like just a stormtrooper. The 3 3/4 inch Hasbro articulated figures, properly articulated figures, cost more than the what? 5 inch? Are they 5 inch blockies kits with all the extra parts and stuff? What an interesting situation that is. Robert Downey Jr.? No. No. No, thank you. Folks, I have completed the head. I'll form the head, and I did. And it doesn't look bad. Look at that.
Do it.
Did it. I didn't use God hands. I didn't use razor. And it looks okay. I don't have a food dehydrator for my painted parts to bake the paint on. Would you look at that? I'm actually happy with that. And I'm so glad that I did take the extra time to paint all this stuff silver, because I can't imagine darkening this down, this shine, darkening it down by making everything inside dark gray. Oh, Kane, hello, welcome. Food dehydrator? Yeah, we make fun of it. I make fun of it, but it's something that I will actually do in the future. The nice rack style ones that are rectangular are really good for drying and baking your paint on. Just very convenient to be able to, you paint on here, or you paint on the clips, and you just toss that in there, and it just provides a warm space. Helps the paint to dry faster and better. Model oven. It's cool. It's just it's like using God hands and gun primer razors, right? It's a top of the line elite thing that involves a lot of additional expense. Where's my razor? Oh no, I lost my razor. Oh no. It's a top of the line elite thing that involves a lot of extra expense, and it's not necessary, but it does work. Yeah, I literally don't know what I did with my razor. Oh well. It'll show up. Oh, here it is. Show. Got it. No, you run it on necessary, not at all. Yeah, and that's the important distinction, right? That's the thing that a lot of folks who have been into hobbies for a long time fail to do is to communicate. Here's the thing that I use that's really cool. You don't need it though. We always tend to see in live chats and stuff, somebody's building their first EG, and I'm not talking about one specific situation here. I'm talking about over the course of 5 years. I've seen so many people building their first ever kit, EG or HG, and they just get flooded with, well, you need to get the God hands, you need to get the RG, you need to, like, all this stuff, like all that stuff is fine and it's great. But we have to respect the process. Let people grow into the hobby. Let people feel the hobby before we grab them and steer them into this one box of using literally exactly this, building literally exactly. A few years ago, it was literally exactly. Oh gosh, sorry. Oh no, what have I done? I've lost my. Huh?
no.
I can't show my bro Gundam. Hold on, let me restart. My auxiliary projector over here. Thank you. Thank you for that. What the? Huh, that was weird. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, the one over there on the right. Not everybody needs to do the exact same thing, and certainly not when they're just starting out. And it's perfectly fine to recommend all the best elite stuff as options, but we just have to be better about communicating the distinction between need and maybe one day you might want to try. Just too many people have been building an EG, and you see people in chat saying you need to get the SPN 120s. Literally these, now they're $50 to $60. Back then they were $80 cutters for an EG that doesn't require cutters at all. Just makes me want to throw my screen. Don't spend more on tools than you have in Gunpla. At least not to start with. At least not to start with. Doesn't make sense to spend 100 on tools. Exactly. Rabbit hole, not something to jump down for your first. Exactly. But you know what you're doing, Aridicam wife. You know what you're doing. You're a hobby person. You're a crafter. You are 100% in control. You didn't just go and buy all the most expensive stuff for your very first kit just to be one of the cool people, or to be part of the club, or for acceptance or ego points. You've taken your own route, and you do stuff your own way, and you do customs and stuff. Like you're hobbying. At least have a backlog of 2 meters. There is that, and I support that. I support getting build your first kit and then buy as much as you want. Just build your first one first, and then go ham. Looking at airbrushes is very relevant to your research. With airbrushes, I'm going to make only one recommendation, because there are a lot of good airbrushes. There are a lot of fine airbrushes. There are a lot of good airbrushes, and there are a fair number of amazing airbrushes as well. I'm going to make one request. Don't just go get the gallery one, whatever gallery one is being recommended by a sponsored influencer. And everyone in the hobby community on YouTube is sponsored by gallery right now. So beware of that. Everybody's going to be trying to sell you a gallery one, because gallery has spent hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars buying up every hobbyist on YouTube and every platform. And they've got a nice affiliate program. All that gallery does is resell other companies' stuff. Just be aware of that, please. Yeah. That makes me sick. They don't sell bad stuff. They just sell overpriced stuff, and they push it on you, and they make people get it because they've paid people to get it. Not a lot of people do a huge MG diorama for their fourth. True. I suggested the $1 nail file buffer block for a new builder. Maybe some toothpicks, panel liner, marker pin. Paul, welcome. Building for between 2 and 3 years. Just bought your first God hands. Hey, congrats. And if they're the good ones, take care of them. Do take care of them. As I said earlier, I've seen a couple people break their God hands, which is not fun. They're a very nice piece of kit, though. Or makes a train layout without a train just to fight their HG. Small kit, 12, 15 years. Never opened it. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry to hear that. The thing with gallery that bugs me the most is the paints. You see all these honest paint reviews that are 100% sponsored by them. And it's just people who are just, it's the majority of it is people who are just super excited to have gotten sponsored by a company. And they're just like so juiced and just so thankful, which of course you're going to be thankful. But then that affects the result. They spray the stuff and they see it's gloss. I've never used gloss paint before. Therefore, gallery is amazing. It's just gloss. That doesn't make it better. It just makes it glossy. What if you don't want a gloss finish on everything? You're like, oh, this is the best paint ever. Look at that. I just tried the gloss clear. Look at that. Look at the finish. Compare it to the 2K clear. I can't tell the difference. You should definitely buy the gallery because there's no difference. There's no reason for automotive class coatings anymore. Source Project have a giant Ultraman Tiga Sofubi in kit in your backlog. Wanted to adjust this right on. Don't do that as your first airbrush kit though, please. Once you get your airbrush, do multiple smaller, cheaper kits first. Multiple. Please don't start with the one that you want done right, because you need to get experience. You need to try stuff. You need to fail. You need to make mistakes. You can't just go to YouTube and watch whatever, tutorial that has the most views and then just win, especially with airbrushes. And especially if you're going to use acrylics, you want to have some hands-on time. Plenty of Gundam in the backlog, screaming for a paint job. Nice. Yeah. 2 MadWorks $60 airbrushes and they work wonderfully. They're out of stock. I see. That's great though. $60 is that's a nice price range. Under 100 for something that's good. That feels good. Better weather go to the dry season. Okay, nice. Yeah. Do some practice. Yes. Good. Take care, Paladin. Thanks for popping it. Stick with simple. Get comfortable. Yeah. There is some traditional wisdom about tools. Spend heartily on tools up front. Don't get the cheapest stuff. Just traditionally, not in hobbies, but in general, carpenters, whatever. Don't get the cheapest stuff. Spend on tools up front so that you don't end up just having to replace the cheaper, poor ones repeatedly in the future. But with hobby stuff and with the quality of things these days, that the math has shifted. The stuff that's reasonably priced can be excellent these days. Kigo, thank you for the re-up. How are you doing, man? How's life treating you? Seen people tell others they had to do appreciating. Right. I think most appreciating that I can see, I personally don't like. I think it's overdone, and makes things look old, like they're from a magazine from the 90s. But That's personal preference. The best pre-shading jobs are really, really subtle. But yeah, pre-shading and seam filling. Or you could just build some kits and then figure out what is important to you, what you want to do. I still haven't done any seam filling. Well, I guess I did it a little bit on a couple of the 1980s kits, a little bit. Should do the other side a little bit as well. Just take a little bit of this paint off from this egg. And it does feel like it. Man, I'm so not quite hopelessly far behind, but very, very far behind on like I've said before, humaning, just talking with people, just normal, basic human interaction. Jeez. Coffee gear, majority of your coffee gear is from AliExpress. They have some bonkers quality for 20. Right. Yeah. If you can get like 75 to 80% of the quality for a quarter or a fifth of the cost, like it's very different math than it used to be. It's not like saving 20% and getting 60% of the quality. Competition has really improved the market a lot. Get to use the tools. Yeah, especially when you're starting. You need to not be putting yourself in a position where you're building your first Gundam on stream and it's the PGU and you're using your $80 God hands and they break because you've never done this before. It's just a simple little $8 hobby toolkit. Yeah, in case they don't like the hobby. Yeah, that's, geez, $8? Are you kidding me? With all of that stuff in it? It's, you just can't say no to that. There's no logical argument to say, actually, Fred, you should have at least told him to get the $30 kit. When it's $8, like that's, most of the normal sized burgers at a fast food joint cost more than that. Just one. Yeah. It's such a small amount. Just do it. Just try it. And if you you're not going to end up throwing all that stuff away. You're going to use it. I mean, the sanding sticks alone almost make it worth it. Learn from experience. Yep. Months. There we go. All right. So I'm definitely going to be needing to trim some of these bits up. I said all the yeses. Good. First kit, use whatever your dad had in his tool bucket. Hey, that works. Some of these surfaces I am, yes, going to touch up this way. This is all interior stuff. You're not going to be able to see this from the outside, and it's so much better than, like, the difference between that silver and that silver. Nobody's ever going to see that when it's covered with armor. You're never going to see that. So many cheap tools will come in handy in other situations. After you upgrade it, nice. Carry your old cutters in your IT work bag. Perfect. Good. Here we go. I need to find out what is what's the secret with these pens. What is the formula of the stuff that's in there? Because I know that it's acrylic resin based, but why does it have so much coverage and yet it dries so fast? I need to be able to replicate what's in here. I need to know. Didn't do it. I would see it. True. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that these parts, I've airbrushed these parts with gloss black to establish the base, and then the polished aluminum lacquer, you know, through the 0.3 millimeter airbrush, and then it's gloss coated over the top, and then I'm touching it up with a marker that costs, you know, 50 cents or probably less. Send it to a lab? No, I don't need to. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go that far. Almost dry, but you know, it's expensive, fancy process compared to touch up with something cheap and fast. But it's gonna be good enough. It's way more than good enough. Prefer to prime with brushes in Japan? Interesting. Smaller homes, less space for ventilation. That makes sense. That makes sense. I like it. I like the sound of that a lot, actually. Because, yeah, spray cans in a small home? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Recipe for a bad time. E27. Here. Those markers are so good, dude. They're cheap. They're effective as heck. Really good coverage. They dry fast. Very opaque. Well thinned, so they level well. The paint that comes out levels. Up in 5 hours. Okay, well, I mean, that's better than it could be. At least it could have been 4 or 3. So take that as one of those small wins, right? Thank you for stopping by, Akiko. We will get caught up one of these days. It will happen. Not just saying that. Guarantee. Man in bed. Oh, take a while. Dang it. Rainy season. Usually quickly spray priming and then running it to dry it under a stove fan. And priming inside. Have you thought about setting something up under a covered area where you can have a space heater going? No, probably that's not a good idea because the spray is potentially flammable. Creating a booth in the garage, finding the space. I see. Something that'll be ventilated to the outside. Warren, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, it's a really nice build, that N1. I don't like that Mando got an N1 temporarily in universe, but I cannot deny that the Lego designer did a really good job crafting that thing and sculpting it. Too bad about the color. Spray in the garage with the door open. Yes. If you can combine that with a space heater with a nice blower to it, trap a little bit of that heat into the space, and then with the door open, blow heat over the area where you're spraying, so you don't need to like transfer everything in and out. Kind of set up at least a temporary table to hold onto parts that have been just painted, just to the side of where you're actually spraying or something. Just looking for that convenience. Of course, obviously in the summertime, it's not as much of an issue. Love this intermezzo. E4. That's a big one. With the door open, use a fan and a shirt over the back. Fan and a shirt over the back. Oh, you mean like just something like just hanging just to catch overspray? That works. It's definitely a good approach. Use the space that you have. Adjust it as needed to make it better than its default form for whatever you're doing. And then make it work. Oh, cool. Going into the warehousing. I see. Gunpla MacGyver. Why not? Right. This thing feels more special than I thought it would. I've gained resistance to the marketing of special coatings and, you know, special colors and stuff, because I know that this is just plastic. I know that special coatings are just paint. But this does feel good. This does feel cool.
Gundam!
F8. Well, I mean, they're base exclusive because they're limited production. People do complain about the existence of P-Bondi stuff and base exclusive stuff, but it's not as evil as people want it to be. The option isn't either make them, you know, P-Bondi exclusive or make them available to the whole world, to the public, because the people deserve it. Those aren't even the options. The options are either they do these limited runs and sell them direct only in limited outlets, or they don't make them at all. Those are the options. It's either what we have or nothing. It's not financially feasible for them to produce a kit like this and, you know, make a couple 100,000 of them and distribute them around the world for 90% of them to just sit on shelves. Paperclip, ball of foil, hairspray, toothpicks, matches, stick of gum. Hairspray for your chipping. Toothpicks also. Paperclip for that part that doesn't have any good place to use an alligator clip on it. But it does have a mini peg injection or ejection hole in it. Like all those, your ball of foil for a little bit of quick masking around a large area after you do your fine masks. All of these things sound like real stuff that you would actually use in the hobby. Not even MacGyver references. The pop-up stores might stay permanent. Nice. That's cool. More available. Oh, my local Michaels finally got Gundam for the first time ever. Finally. Drill and paper clip to reinforce. Use it for your peg work, pin work. Supposed to go all in. I think that needs to lose a little bit of diameter first. Yeah, I did get paint on the wider part. All foil to remove paint for chipping with the hairspray. True. Or do some marble effects. Apply it to the surface while the paint is wet. That is incredibly durable. Line apart to block LED light bleed. Point. There we go. This one's a little better. Definitely going to need to be careful with my first articulations, though. It's too bad with the lacquer. I can't just come through with a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol to free up a joint. Got to be much more careful. And it takes a lot longer to remove the paint. I wonder if there's anything I can come up with that's going to help that. It's going to speed that process up. 10. Goes into 14. This. Thing is, if I use lacquer thinner to remove some of the paints, it's going to leave it soft. It's not going to be ready to insert immediately. Don't want to use the Dremel with a sanding drum. Too aggressive. Too abrasive. Sanding sponge. I can try that. See how it responds. That side's good, and that's right. There's a clear pilot. Clear. I think there has been a partial clear turn A. Not sure if it was MG. It's worth checking. There might be a clear cow piece. I would hope that the cow would be clear and not one of the frame parts that's gray. That would be worth getting the kit. I don't like that. That's strange. The peg there is so short. Oh, is it just not attached all the way? No, this side. It's not feeling good. I'm not surprised about this need to loosen up the joints with all that paint on top. I was just kind of hoping that the little stuff that I did to try to avoid piling too much paint on top of the joint areas in particular was going to kind of leave me in a safe range, but it didn't. I just need to do the extra work, which is normal. If you're not going to mask every single one off, then you need to sand or loosen it somehow. And I was not going to mask all that off. I would not be doing this kit today. I wouldn't be doing it for several days. I masked every single one of these joints off. This side is okay. This side though, there, yeah. Just a little too tight. All right, let me try that. Try the sanding sponge thing. See if it gives me the combination of speed and reliability. This one's probably just a little bit not quite aggressive enough. Let's see. Yes. Let's try that. That's going to give me control. Grease? No, you definitely don't want to add. You don't want to add material. You need to take the material away. It's hard backing. That's what I need. That's it. Yeah. Let me see if I have a self-adhesive yeah, that feels good. Replacement for this, because I don't know how old this is and how much it's been used, but let me get something that is of a known grit so that when it gets used up, I can replace it. The exact same thing. Okay, so this is 1,500. Asian market 1,500, which is different than American market 1,500. I'm gonna try that. See if that works well. The other one, this was actually 5,000. American market 5,000. I'm gonna try this and see if this does the trick. Okay, next thing. This is loose enough. That doesn't feel bad. That feels fine. That's more like it. And then technically this should have a clear pilot. It's something. Not sure exactly how I feel about it. Missed. There's another step. Again, feels nice today to just be letting go a little bit, letting things go slow. It's not ideal, but for me, it's nice to get a little bit of break. Cortisol break. This week offline, I will be working on the detailing for my armored core, the big armored core. Big armored core. Big armored core. I got all the paint detail, the main color correcting paint details on it, on the weapons, so all the gold is added. Much of the gray is added, stuff like that. Back here, gold is added, gray is added. And now it needs its intermediate top coat. I need to color correct these little bits right here, which I did with marker for the first layer. I'll color match them and then do like scratches and stuff. Lucky's Vader on AliExpress is 37. What the? That doesn't. Yeah, that's totally wrong. Awful price. be a reprint next month. A lot of pre-orders. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the US is just getting, we just started getting our stock like a couple weeks ago. Amazon US just got it, I think, within the past few days. Other hobby shops have had it for a couple weeks. Which means that overseas, it must have been out for a month or so. Maybe even 2. So the overseas stocks are gone. That's what it seems like. Also, if all goes well this week, I will be putting details on my Turn X. Weathering on it, finally. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be continuing work on the Stinger Mantis from the Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor games. It's an Ultimate Collector Series level mega kit. 3,000 pieces. But Lego didn't produce it, so for 3,000 pieces, Ultimate Collector Series level, except with no... Okay, Lego didn't make it. Therefore, this 3,000 piece Star Wars set has no stickers, only prints, and it costs $110 because it's not Lego. See, still a tiny, tiny little bit. Edge there. Oh, it's so tiny. Size of an ant's eye. I'm not gonna let it be. Oh, she's not in the US. Canada. It's actually deep. It's a little thin, so it bends. Gotta kind of bend with it when applying pressure. Yeah, that's not okay. I'm surprised it's so expensive on AliExpress. That just means that demand has been really high. All the main allocation is gone, which, you know, good for them. I'm definitely happy to see something that is well done, well priced, being successful for the company that's making it. Too frequently stuff that has corners cut still sells ridiculously well. Nice to see somebody winning on merit, succeeding because they're good. Everything they sell, kind of, except for Lego. Lego has traditionally almost always been cheaper. Thank goodness. Yeah. Ooh. With almost every single piece that I attach, I'm more happy that I spent the extra time to make this silver. Makes me feel like they should have just molded all that stuff in silver. But I know why they didn't. It's because a lot of it is small parts with a lot of stress on them. Fair bit of it is ABS. So you go yeah, like all of this whole runner is ABS. So you go silver and you lose. This whole runner is ABS. Lots of background running around stuff. So you go silver, you lose a lot of strength, especially on small parts. Ow. Canada doesn't have the Star Wars smart bricks, thank goodness. I wouldn't wish those products on any market. During Prime Days 3 years ago, okay, bought a stainless steel cookware set. Yeah, for home. Yeah. Bought it for $275, which can be a very reasonable price for a good set of cookware. Regular price in US. That was the regular price in the US. Okay. Regular price in Canada is $1,000. Ah, that's just offensive. Ugh. Sheesh. Yeah. Trying to figure out where the idea comes from. This feels like it's gliding, but I think I still see the nub there. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And feels good. Yeah. I probably spent more time on that piece than I needed to, but I figure it's in a pretty prominent spot. And I've never built a 00 before, so I don't know. In advance, I don't know what I can get away with. Leaving a little dirty or a little ragged. Thank you, Kev. Yeah, I think it's going to look real nice. Real nice. I've never done a clear kit before. My very first quote unquote clear. Painted the frame, all the stuff that's silver. I painted overnight, hoping to get the whole thing to look a little bit just brighter. Okay, these pieces right here, these don't need to be completely clean on the bottoms. That's where where I just cut. Those locations will not be visible at all. These top ones, maybe a little bit. So I'll trim those carefully. 6. Yeah, red is... I'm not even into red, but red gets so juicy. It's like pomegranate seed. And like you say, intense, right? And gemmed, the gemming effect. That right there, where you start to see white light shifts just to yellow. Oh. It's emotive. You know? There's no replacement for that. Nothing else. Yeah, Candia, yep, for sure. Jolly Rancher, yes. Brittle, it depends. It depends in what way. They're very strong. I believe these feel like polycarbonate to me. If it's not, it's something close. Something with similar properties. So it's very strong, but the clear pieces are only being used for the outside. They're not being used for stress or structure at all. So the only places where you need to worry about their strength in a kit like this is when you're applying them, when you're actually putting the piece on. Or I guess when you're cutting it as well. But when you're cutting it, it mostly comes down to depth of scars right at the cut mark. There's a kit that I might get that's clear red. I might have to get. That has always drawn me in every time it's available. It's P Bandai exclusive, of course, but it's the Luna Maria Hawk Zaku Warrior from Seed. In red, it's just delicious to look at. Even though I already have 2 Seed Zakus, one of them is already in a custom color scheme. I still might have to get that red one because every time I've seen it, for 5 years now, every time I've seen it, it has moved something in my heart. Not Sazabi, no. I've got Sazabi Verka. Good on Sazabi. It's cool to have a use for the buffing blocks. I haven't touched those in probably at least a couple years now. We have swapped these parts accidentally. This looks good. Just a cannon in clear blue. Is that a full clear, or does it have a little bit of milkiness to it? I don't remember that one offhand. Because I like Jesta. I might have to look at that. I don't have any Jestas yet. Still need to build and paint my Stark Jiggin. Just need to keep doing stuff. Just keep getting my hands on tools and paints. Get more used to it. I know that eventually I'll get to a point where I won't even need to really plan for a painted kit. It'll just feel comfortable. I'll know what I'm doing, and I'll know that I know what I'm doing, and I'll just be able to just do it. As it is right now, it's still kind of okay, I could really mess this up. I gotta be careful. I love that with the right type of glass file, you don't need to be careful. As a matter of fact, almost the more aggressive you are, the better the result will be. Glides more, digs in less, you end up with a nearly polished surface. And buffing block and finish it off. I need a more convenient blower. One of these things. Because this one is super, super powerful, like incredibly, redonkulously powerful. But it's got 3 settings. And because it's so powerful, you can't just turn it on by simply pushing a button. You have to arm it, which puts it into full power mode. And then for what I do, I have to turn it down. Even for strong use, I still have to turn it down to its middle speed. And then for dusting work, I have to turn it all the way down. But that just takes time. I want to get something that's not as powerful as this. That's just a single trigger of just, that's it. Sorry, the links don't work.
So powerful and so wise.
You have one, with a proportional trigger? That sounds like a good idea. I'd be happy with just a single speed if it was a good speed, you know. But proportional, that could potentially be even better. I'll have to look around. I know when I bought that one, I was just looking for the strongest for doing all sorts of proper cleanup work and stuff around the city layout. And it is strong as heck, but airbrush compressor isn't near me. Good point though. Welcome. Thank you for raiding. How's it going? How did it go? And what were you up to? The orange is a little bit awkward to me. Oh, speaking of orange, I saw when I was looking for pictures for this, I was looking for a better version of a picture. I saw that there's an MG Seven Swords inspection type. It's got like the hummingbird white and orange colors. I had never seen it before, and I like it. Rainbow, welcome. What were you up to? Thank you very kindly for the raid. How did it go? And how is it going? This is my first ever clear kit. $20. Doing well. Been busy. Good busy, I hope. It's gonna fit inside, so this does not need to be cleaned up. That one's just going to be okay. So that's the lower bit. Do both of these. This is good. I'm almost done with the body. Even just that is progress for today. For a kit that requires extra care, I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna keep going. Start working on whatever's next. Arms. Oh, actually, you know what? It's getting pretty late already. Unfortunately, I did start a little bit late, but yeah, I'm not unhappy with this. Still more to go. There's also an LED unit to assemble. So still got a little more to do today for sure. But this was a good first session on this. Speaking of the LED, I'm gonna need to go grab a battery for it. C parts, A, E, nope. Those joints are going to need to be thinned down just a little bit, the pegs. I don't need these D parts anytime soon. $14 on the left. Corners need to be carefully cut. Bottom doesn't matter so much. I'm going to use this again in a minute. Okay, so trim these. Careful. Top side doesn't matter as much. Wait. This is the bottom. Okay. Like, I thought there were two gates on the bottom, which is where you don't see it as much. This so far it has actually felt like the runners are pretty well planned on this. There haven't been a lot of really, really obvious nubs kind of front and center. That's fine. That looks good. All right. This is going to go like under the arms. This side. This is not visible. Send a photo? Oh, I appreciate it. I will check that as soon as I reasonably can. Sorry, I'm quite far behind on everything. That's right, I need to do these as well. Hopefully this 1500 grit will work well. Definitely moves the material. Question is, will the surface texture allow the joint to still work well? Or will it feel a little bit gritty? Entry grade, hey, nice. Nice, congrats. Glad to hear that. Perfect kit to start with. I'm glad you enjoyed it to the point where you're looking forward to another already. And if you end up getting really into it, you end up liking the hobby a lot. You'll have a choice. with your entry grade one. In the future, you'll have a choice to either leave it just as it is, to always remember where you started, or optionally to go back and update it and add to it and practice other techniques, more advanced stuff on it. The choice is yours. I'm not sure if these little areas will be visible, but just in case they are. Get that brightness back. All right, let me go ahead and give these a quick fast dry. That should do it. Gonna keep it the way it is. Gotcha. First, completely understand that. Completely support that. Just do stuff on another one. Sounds good. I like your thinking there. Still going, yeah, it's been kind of slow on this one, but not mad at it because it feels good. Definitely approach this one with the right mindset. Just take it at whatever speed it wants to go. Kind of a way of building that I haven't experienced in a while. A long time. Since these days I do light weathering a lot, paint sometimes. Tiny little things just get covered up. There's no need to be careful. Here there is a need to be careful, and there's a payoff for being careful. Makes it slower, but it's worth it. This is a master grade and this is, I won't say the most complex that master grade is going to get, but it's pretty up there. The number of pieces, the density of parts is very high. Doesn't get much higher than this for amount of volume of build. And this one is extra difficult because of the clear parts. So needing to do extra work to be careful with the clear definitely slows it down a lot. Normally a master grade, I would, even though I have started late, I've only been going for 3.25 hours. I should be like head, body done, hips, and probably shoulders or something like that by now, at least. Scorpex, welcome. No glue, absolutely no glue in any Gundams designed in the past 20 to 30 years almost. Maybe 30 plus, maybe more than 30 years. Yeah. No metal. I painted this. All of the metal I painted. So normally the plastic is this color. It's dark gray. but because this kit has the transparent armor pieces, it's special edition transparent armor, I thought that the dark inner frame color would kind of dull it down, take some of the, I don't know, some of the nice results, the nice transparency away, the nice effect of the transparency away. So I painted it. Painted the inside parts. But yeah, normally even a master grade doesn't require this much work. Yeah, extra shine. Yeah, I figured, because I wanted to do something. I didn't want to just leave it alone. I wanted to do something a little extra, and hopefully that will be enough. But all this extra work of filing the edges and stuff and then polishing them, that's stuff that that normally does not need to be done. Normally just cut carefully, burnish it with the fingernail of the thumb, and then assemble. Got you itching to build another one? Do you have another in your queue already, or is it time to go shopping? Like all this stuff right here. Normally, I don't do on normal kits. Yeah, I don't remember the cost on this. I think it was upwards of 100 because it's going to be pretty big. It's also limited edition with the colors, the special colors. And even the stickers are fancy in this. 100's a little bit high for a kit of this size. But prices have been going up. In this case, though, I think you should be able to get the regular one for like 80. I want to say 75 to 80 for a normal colored one of this exact kit. Otherwise, when I recommend, True Sassip with the perfect follow-up question. The perfect follow-up question. Do you like the size? Well done, True Sassip. If that's even how your name is pronounced, since you refuse to tell me how to pronounce it. Also, Azure Dragon, I don't think I explicitly said hello. Hi. Don't mind the size. Don't mind larger. Would love. How much do you desire more complexity? Like, do you want something that's way more complex next, or do you want to kind of take a step in between? Appreciate it, Azure Dragon. Did you see the last build, which I didn't finish on stream? I finished off stream. The large armored core kit. It's ready ready for weathering. So right now, I'm glad that turned out well. Glad that the response has been mostly positive. Not that everybody needs to go paint their Lego, but just being accepting of the idea is an important step, I think. Do some complex, I think it's maybe a good way to work your way up. What I usually do is say go to newtype.us. Go to Gundam. And then browse. Just browse and look and see what's out there. Just look at the shapes. Don't look at the prices. Don't look at the grades and stuff. The very first step, just to know what options are. There are things other than Gundam as well. Not everything is Gundam, but it's a good place to start. And if you like Gundams, there are a lot of options. You go there, click in stock on the left, or don't, and just browse and just look at the different types of mechs in this universe. Because there are some pretty weird different shapes, you know. There's some round stuff. There's some spiky stuff. More thin and athletic. There are chunky boys. So you can see if anything just kind of stands out to you. Like, oh, I like the look of that. You know, without even thinking about it. Don't look at the price. Don't look at the grade. Just look at the mech and see if anything, you know, make notes of ones that stick out to you in a good way, that make you go, ooh, that's cool. And then you can go and see if you can find a kit in a grade that you want and a size that you want of that exact model. But I always like to encourage people to just look freeform first. Since you already took that first step, doing an EG, and you know you want more, you're itching for more. Even deformed, yep. Nothing wrong with that. Right on, rainbow. Because MGSD kits are just genuinely very good kits. Very good builds. I can't see myself getting an MG SD when I can get an MG for the same price. And I like the less deformed style, but that is 100% personal preference. There's no bearing on what anybody else is going to want or like, or should want or like. None. I've literally not cleaned up nubs. a quarter this much in years. Oh, that's an edge. Yep, that's an edge. Zaku 2 RG. Yep. Needed. Needs to happen soon. That and then a Zeta 2 RG. Which Zaku grade did I enjoy build? Me? I think I've only built 2, an HG and a 1981 60th scale, which is not PG. Oh, no, and a Mega. I did a Mega as well. For Zaku 2. Out of those, I guess I would say I liked the Mega the most, just because I like the end result. It looks cool, even though it doesn't articulate much. Origins, Zaku's. Okay. Makes sense. My HG was a revive. HG is high grade, RG is real grade. Same size as your entry grade. So anything that's HG or RG will be in the same scale as yours. As long as we're looking at just Gundams. Same scale as yours. And if it's a regular, normal Gundam and not Psycho or something ridiculous and weird, destroy, it'll be about the same size. RG is more complex. Significantly more complex. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Doesn't. No, this is the under. Okay. There we go. Yeah, with you don't need to stick with EG. The only thing with EG is it does not require tools. HG requires some kind of cutter. It can be cheap. It requires some kind of cutter because you have to get the parts off the runner, the tree, this thing. You can definitely go straight to HG if you want. I actually want these two together first. Yes, like that. Yeah. Wait, does this have to go in first? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the mouse. Yeah. If you want to do another EG, you can, but don't feel like you need to. Really starting to get the candy look. I hope I'm not going to get addicted and just start buying lots of clear kits because of this.
Do it.
Welcome, Jagged. Yeah, I think these are all right. I've not heard anything bad about these Bandai clear pieces. Very little of it is stress bearing. Most of it is just, you know, on the outside. It's just like for aesthetics only. The armor plates on the outside. Display cabinet not being finished in one session. That's all right. It's worth it. Worth it to take your time on that. Something that you're going to be very proud of, and that's going to bring more pride to your whole collection. Everything that goes in it. Next thing you know, you'll be wanting more of them. You want your whole place to be in display cabinets. For non-functional. Yeah. Most of the stuff that actually has stress on it is ABS plastic. Unfortunately, I do have to build a Bandai LED kit or LED unit. I say unfortunately because these things suck. Frequently. Usually. Start staging. Gotcha. Transformers has a problem with that. I see. Yeah, like these clamps that just went on might get a little bit of stress in them, but all the real load goes into the opaque parts, the ABS parts. Oh, wait, this one's not that bad. Unless it goes bad with this. I do need to go get batteries. tomorrow evening. Sure. It's small enough. Though this might be better. Try the bigger one first. But batteries, are those LR44s? LR41. Be right back. Go get those. You can see how this head lights up. Zagok, hey, I like, you've got good taste. That's good. Very rare somebody looks for the first time and arrives at something like that. I like the sound of it. Nice. All right, BRB. All right, got him. If you like Zagok, you definitely need to check out all the Zeonic Aquatics. Zeon is the factions, bad guys, and they are indeed aquatic units. Gelgoog, Zok, Zogok, Akguy, Hygog. Buttons. There, okay. I think these just need to be opposite, but which way? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Huh? Same way? Really? Same way. Okay, I don't like how that one's. This one looks like it might be puffed. I might need to go back. Okay, yeah, this is still as bad as they've ever been. Okay, the LED, the batteries do seem to be fine, but the quality of this thing, Hyundai is not particularly good with electronic elements. In basket, nice, right on. New Type does sell things at retail price. So I don't think I've ever seen stuff overpriced with them. If they're, as long as you're in the US, if stuff is overpriced, it's going to be like by a couple dollars compared to the best price you can find. They're usually really good about pricing. Welcome 555J. Yeah, it's a light brick. But don't worry. It's not a smart brick.
Hello there.
It could be decent. It's not great. See if it's decent. Why? Why can I barely see? Oh, it's because I put the solid eyes on it. That said, that said, the light obviously is not doing that much. You can see around the back. Not a lot of light comes through, but yeah. Zeta looks good. Zeta is a classic of classics. Goof Custom is nice. I like Goof Custom a lot. Canonical reason for this to be clear. Deck builders wanted it to be, well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty. But no, in universe, this is the Trans Am activation mode. So it's the oh, that's interesting. It's the ult. All right. It's when they hit the ult. Special move. And they get the boost of extra power. Just when it looks like it's going to be over for the good guys. They push the win button. And this is what it looks like when it's in win mode. Mechanaz, yes. Yes. No, it's all good, Toaster Shooter. It's all good. Ultimately, it just looks cool. This one does have an anime, though, and you do get to see it use Trans Am. Yay, the lock. New looks awesome. Oh, Verka. Oh, it's Master Grade. Yeah, that one's okay. So Ringbolt. If you like the look of new, definitely the Verka is way more complex. Way more complex than what you've seen. Probably more complex than this. But there is an EG new. I said earlier, you don't need to do another EG. However, if you like new, that's how the RX-93 or the 00931. Look down at the bottom shelf. Right in the middle, there are two of them side by side that look nearly identical. That's the entry grade new, and it is actually an excellent kit. It is definitely a cut above the one that you did. It costs just a little bit more, like a few dollars more, but it's definitely a cut above the one that you did. Genuinely good kit, arguably better than the high grade, which is a much older kit, and in some ways more accurate than the real grade in some ways. Better color separation. The real grade is also a much older kit. So if you like that one, go ahead and get the entry grade of it. It'll still feel like a step up. Don't get only that one. Do get something else too. But if you want to have that one in your collection, it's worth it. The RG has the funnels, true. Yep. But it is such an older kit. All right. Let's do this. Got a couple weeks ago. Full weapon. Full weapon. Wait. Full weapon. Oh, the Gundam base version that I had on the left over there with the hand weapon. Oh, entry. Oh, sorry. Entry. The RX-78. Okay. Full weapon. RX-78. Gotcha. Wouldn't be surprised if new feels similar. New feels better. New feels significantly better. You look for entry grade NU. Yeah. Which, sorry, that one's a little bit confusing because they use the V symbol. It's a lowercase v, but it's Greek. It's the Greek letter nu. Also RX-93. I'm so happy with how this is turning out so far. $600. If you have 600, then you'll be about $100 short of being able to buy the PGU. If you have 600, keep saving and you'll be able to get the ultimate new. I think I might have a scratch there. there's a nub mark right there, which won't be seen once everything is attached to this. But the head on this, probably one of the most intricate heads I've done so far. Just needing to clean everything up, polish it up. I did have a fair number of small pieces and stickers. That slowed things down quite a lot, and I'm fine with that. Oh, clears are the best for denubifying. Thanks to the wonders of this. Thanks to the wonders of glass files. Okay, well, that wasn't a great example because it broke cleanly. I'm trying to make a bad nub. How about I do this? I'm just trying. Okay, that's not enough. That's not enough. I want to make a bad nub for you. Okay, that's broken. That should do. There's some shattered shards still coming off. That should do. But thanks to these things that cost $2, need to get just a little bit more off. There's still just a little bit at the base. The surface gets polished. And then when you clean that off well enough, you end up seeing absolutely nothing. As long as you don't put deep stress marks into the part, you can clean up clear more easily than regular plastic because it so consistently gets to that polish. And then if you really want to polish it even more, just take a little polishing board over the top of it. In some spots where I was being extra fast with it or over larger areas, I scuffed the whole surface and then just did this a handful of times, and it just comes down to that beautiful shine. Like that whole surface right there has been refinished. And it's all shiny and clear. So it's the opposite of what you might expect. You might think that, oh, clear is a nightmare. It's not. If you're a perfectionist, clear is your friend. Because you can achieve essentially perfection with it. All right. It literally buffs right out. Indeed. Indeed. All right. I'm gonna, from brittle gold. Yeah. Gold plastic syndrome. Oh, oh, okay. I wonder what the material was. AMT. I wonder what material they were using. Probably acetate, huh? I'm a call it here. Should I push this button? I'm gonna call the party done for now. Work on overnight I might do a little bit of work on my armor core. I really want to get it done. And tomorrow I'll be back to work on some more brick building.
Thank you, Jang.
It's been a minute since I was able to raid this gentleman. So fix that.
It's been.
Let's open over here. That perfect. All right. Going to build a brick indeed. Tomorrow. Big bricks. Multi-step, multi-day build. This thing is large, and that is very bright down there. Things must be done. All right. Folks, if you'd be so kind, I appreciate if you could go with the raid. There's a message, a raid message. If you would like to copy paste, we're going to raid into someone who's doing some wonderful sci-fi miniature building and painting, custom painting. It's fantastic. It looks great. Someone we haven't raided into in a while. Feels like a shame. All the lumens. It's not even that bright in real life. It's just that the whole room is significantly darker than you might expect. So when something is normal brightness, like that's like 40 watt equivalent level of brightness, you know, it just makes it look blown out. All things relative. But please copy and paste the raid message if you can. Go with the raid if you'd be so kind. I would appreciate it. Always raid with your streamer with strength and unity. We're going to raid into
Thanks,
Mr.
Jang.
Wapple.
Yeah.
Done, like I said, some beautiful miniatures work. Sci-fi ship right now. Painting it up. Making it look fantastic. Highly recommended. Found a few better things. Better not get ahead of yourself. Put them, set up an account and give yourself a wish list, or just write things down, or put them into a digital notepad or something. This is all good. This is all a good part of the process. Learning what's out there, figuring out what you like, and then you can start cutting away at kits. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Again, if you can stay with the raid, I would appreciate it. And you might very well like the person we're going to raid into. Take care, Ringbolt, 555J, True Sassip, Aerodecam Wife, anyone, Zippy, anyone else who's lurking, Toaster Struder. Again, have a good evening or morning or whatever the time zone is where you are. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll be back tomorrow with some brick building. See you soon.